Did you did you ever feel like you have too many interests for your own good? Or that you have too many ideas and you just don't know where to start? That has been me for a while, and yesterday I decided to just hit record. So here I am, I hit record. Starting this new channel is not that easy because it's part of a identity shift for myself and doing something I haven't done before. And it is about having all these ideas, all these thoughts, all these desires and creativities, and to allow you to merge them into one piece. And that piece is you. I have been in this position of being a multipotentialite. That might be a term that you're not familiar with, but bear with me, I will explain. A multipotentialite for all of my life. Many ideas, many interests, and also having the privilege of exploring them and turning them into expertise. And we live in a time when you're supposed to be an expert in one single thing, one expertise. Now, it happens to be that I, as a 20-year-old coming home from New York, having studied at Pratt Institute School of Fine Arts, I started a dance company. I studied theater. So I started a dance company, and we were 5 women. And on that journey, apart from being a professional dancer, we had to learn about how do you market this? uh, what kind of materials do we need to sell our group? And then some years passed, and I came to the point of I had to work with myself and my life and who am I and crisis. That was my first Saturn return. I'll be back with all of this, eventually. Uh, and when I started to go through therapy, and a previous interest of mine, which was about people, human development, what is truth? I was a very deep child. I had those questions when I was 8. What is truth? How do people evolve? What is relationships? There's just so much to talk about when it comes to that. But that came back, and I applied for the Gestalt Academy to train myself into becoming a Gestalt therapist. And at the same time, parallel, I also realized that my real vocation was I'm a musician. So I started studying music, and I eventually also turned into a professional opera singer. So there I was. I was a professional Gestalt therapist. I had a background in being a professional uh, dancer, and I now created a vad heter det? It's practice. And at the same time, I was singing professionally. And they say, you can't do that. And when I talk to people about my CV, people go like, now wait, what? How? Is this even possible? So yes, it is possible. If you have ever been in doubt about yourself, it is possible. So I felt stumped about how do I even start this channel? So I did a couple of uploads, and I really didn't know what to do. And I have done a ton of live sends on Facebook. And some of those I have downloaded just about everyone. I think I have like 200. Some of those I will upload here. And I did upload one about aging gracefully, or whatever you want to call it. Aging in a good way, preparing for your aging. Uh, so that one is here, but it's taken from something I recorded 6 years ago. So I just decided yesterday, Stella, just sit down and record, hit record. And if you want to, you can edit, or you can just upload it the way it is and just see what happens. But stop stumping yourself. Stop being all too much about how am I going to do this? So what can I experiment with? And da 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 da. And just introduce this challenge that women 50 plus with a lot of interests and talents and intelligence and experiences and maturity have when it comes to allowing themselves to be everything that you are. You are so much. And if I can inspire you in some way with my life journey and how I am expanding on this, that would be amazing because I really, really think the world needs more of us. And when I was thinking about, because I usually use it, I write some keywords, bullet points. I don't use scripts. I never did. I get I get a download and then I speak. I used to say, you can just push the button and I'll talk about it, whatever it is. And here and now, when I sit here and I'm thinking about it, I feel touched about this whole thing of being able to. Here we go. I've done this before, and I can get like tear up, and it's not a problem for me. Uh, if I can in any way be a living example for you that this is possible, it's more than allowed. I think you have to allow yourself, and we need role models. I was fortunate in many ways because my mother is an author, a published author, and she was well respected and published. There was no self publishing in those days. So there was a lot of creativity around me. People were artists, they were painters, they were producers and dancers and musicians, actors. So this allowing yourself to be creative, that was already ingrained in me. But allowing yourself to be all these different things at the same time, in the same person. I had no role models. No one was there. I had no one to ask. I just plunged through and did my thing. And I did not allow myself to stop. I couldn't stop. It was like a force within me that I really had to go out and do all of these things. And the list is long. Not everything that I'm interested in or have been like going towards has been something that I have ventured into and created something that I will eventually call myself an expert or this is a profession of mine. But here I am, a coach, a therapist, an opera singer, a dancer, an astrologer, and some other stuff too. I might get into that eventually. But being here, sitting here talking about this, just like this, I might edit this eventually somewhere, probably a little, but using my long experience from talking live and just say what comes to me to inspire and pull out, so to speak, something in women that are hesitant about themselves gives me joy. I have so much to say right now. It's like, and I won't. This is just my first. Hi, here I am. There is space for you. And if you have questions, if you're thinking about things, you can write them down in the comments or you can send me an email and I can address that because that's something I did on LinkedIn. Yeah, I've done a lot of live sends on LinkedIn. I don't know, 40, 50 live sends on LinkedIn. But what I did on Facebook is that I said, ask me questions. And then I would discuss that in some way or the other. or I just could see that something was going on online, and I would address that because I had seen it. So this is my last words for this. This feels so funny. Somewhere here, I would put a a video, a recording of my latest video because that's an experiment I'm going to do. Uh, YouTube has so many opportunities that how you can experiment with how what you want to show. So it's going to be here somewhere. It's going to be the latest one. So if you're here like 2 years later, today is the 12th of March, 2026. Yeah, that's all for now. Of course, subscribe, give it a like, hearts, all of that. Oh, that did that look like this? Looks like a this looks like a heart, a red heart. And I will be back with you soon. Take best of care. Bye for now.